Good morning, students. Myself, Major Komal Katyal, Department of Zoology, GK Gowani Government College, Bhinmar. Today, we will discuss about the second lecture on cleavage. आज हम बात करेंगे विदलन के दूसरे व्याख्यान के बारे में. Now, in my previous lecture, I told you about the cleavage which is taking place in sea urchin and frog. Today we will discuss about the cleavage which is taking place in extremely telolacithal eggs of bony fishes, reptiles, birds. Now in the case of heavily telolacithal eggs, the cleavage is meroblastic. Now here you can see that in the meroblastic or discoidal cleavage there is presence of a blastodisc and the greater amount of yolk is present, which is denoted by the yellow color here in this slide. Now first, the meroblastic cleavage which is taking place in a bony fish. As you can see in this slide, beginning from A, B and ending up to F, only the amount of active cytoplasm is participating in the cleavage and hence it is known as meroblastic cleavage. चूंकि यहाँ पर केवल सक्रिय कोशिका द्रव ही विदलन में भाग लेती है, अतः इसको अंशभंजी विदलन कहा जाता है. Now next about the avian egg. अब हम बात करते हैं एक पक्षी के अंडे की. In the case of, so we were talking about the meroblastic cleavage which is taking place in an avian egg. As you know, in the case of avian egg which is highly telolacithal, only a small amount of active cytoplasm is present, and here it is denoted by the blastoderm in this figure. Now, what is a meroblastic cleavage? It is also known as partial or incomplete cleavage because only a part of the fertilized egg participate in the process. This type of cleavage occurs in polylacithal and centrolacithal eggs where there is a clear patch of yolk-free cytoplasm, as we have already seen in the case of fishes and birds, and this patch is known as the blastodisc. The first 2 or 3 cleavage furrows cut the blastodisc vertically, but they do not reach the bottom of the blastodisc. It means it is incomplete. There are 2 types of meroblastic cleavage, one which is known as discoidal and the second one which is known as the superficial. Now let us discuss about these 2 types of meroblastic cleavage. Number 1, the discoidal. The discoidal cleavage occurs in the macrolacithal and highly telolacithal egg. The cleavage remains restricted to the disc-shaped active cytoplasm of the animal pole and it is therefore called the discoidal. Such type of discoidal meroblastic cleavage takes place in elasmobranchs, bony fishes, reptiles, birds and egg-laying mammals. The second one, the superficial meroblastic cleavage, which takes place in the centrolacithal eggs of the insects. The cleavage remains restricted to the peripheral cytoplasm of the egg because in the case of insect, the central part of the fertilized egg is occupied by the yolk and hence the name is centrolacithal eggs. Now let us see how the cleavage takes place in the chick and insect. The incomplete cleavage is taking place in the chick and there is development of the embryo at the top of the yolk as a disc of cell. The second one is the example of the superficial cleavage. In the case of insect, the example of Drosophila, where after the karyokinesis, the large number of nuclei migrate towards the peripheral region and the core portion is occupied by the yolk. Now this superficial cleavage, which is a type of meroblastic cleavage, you can see in this slide that how the karyokinesis is taking place. First, the nucleus is dividing into 2, then into 4, then into 8 nuclei, 16, and so on. And after the karyokinesis, these nuclei then start migrating towards the periphery, and after their migration towards the periphery, the cytokinesis takes place, and as a result of which you can easily observe the presence of pole plasm, and the center part of the egg is occupied by the yolk. Now let us discuss about the discoidal cleavage which is taking place in a bird. Let us take the example of a chick. In the case of chick, as you can see, there is presence of a blastoderm with two clear-cut marginal zone, one the anterior and other the posterior. And apart from it, there is clear-cut two area, one the area pellucida and the area opaca, which is present on the yolk. And during the formation of blastocele, initially there is formation of a subgerminal space, later on there is formation of a blastocele. We will discuss about the blastulation in my next lecture when I will discuss about the blastula. Next we will take the example of mammals. अब हम बात करेंगे स्तनधारियों के अंदर किस तरह से विदलन की प्रक्रिया होती है. The process of cleavage is very slow in the case of mammals, as it takes approximately 12 to 24 hours, or we can say there is only one cell division per day. There is rotational cleavage in the case of mammals, and the early cell divisions are asynchronous. There is early activation of embryonic genome. There is compactation and cavitation. Now, the eggs of mammalian have the rotational cleavage, but it is holoblastic. स्तनधारियों के अंदर जो विदलन होता है वो पूर्णभंजी होता है. As I told you earlier on, the process of cleavage and the rate of cleavage in the case of mammals is very slow. It begins to cleave in the oviduct and continues until it implants in the wall of the uterus. That is one cleavage per 24 hours. कहने का मतलब यह है स्तनधारियों के अंदर विदलन की दर बहुत धीमी होती है और अंडवाहिनी के अंदर ही विदलन की प्रक्रिया प्रारंभ हो जाती है, और यह तब तक चलती रहती है जब तक कि जो भ्रूण है उसका गर्भाशय की भित्ति के अंदर रोपण नहीं हो पाता. Now let us discuss about the asynchronous cleavage. What is the meaning of asynchronous cleavage? The mammalian embryos are unusual in that they have asynchronous cleavage. Not all blastomeres divide at the same time. The first cleavage is meridional and the second cleavage is rotational. The two blastomeres divide in different planes, one in equatorial plane and the other in the meridional plane, as you can see in this slide also. The first figure shows the first division, the second shows there is division in the second A, and later on the division of second B is taking place, and the planes are different in second A and second B. It means the cell division or the cleavage is asynchronous. In continuation with mammalian cleavage, you can see the 8-cell stage, and there occurring the compactation. In the case of compactation, the blastomeres start aggregating at a particular point and there are tight junctions. And during the 16 cell stage, you can easily observe there is differentiation between two types of cells, and later on this differentiation is very clear in the 32 cell stage, where in this figure with the red color I have shown the inner cell mass which will later on form the embryo pauper, and the presence of trophoblast which will become the part of the placenta. So we were talking about the cleavage which is taking place in the mammals, and there is clear-cut formation of two cell mass. One is known as the inner cell mass which will later on form the embryo pauper, and the second one, the trophoblast, which is now let us discuss about the compactation. During the compactation, the polarization events takes place in the blastomeres. There is localization of proteins, microvilli and junctions. It also starts the cell differentiation, which we have already observed in the previous slide, that there is formation of trophoblast and inner cell mass. This trophoblast is responsible for forming the placenta in the case of eutherian mammals. This is the whole process. You can see the 8 cell stage. There is compactation in the 8 cell, then there is formation of inner cell mass and the trophoblast in 16 cell, and later on in the 32 cell stage. The whole process is described in the previous slide, and now you can see that how the whole process is taking place, and there is clear-cut presence of zona pellucida. Beginning from the first photo to the last, you can see the large number of cleaved blastomeres can be observed. Apart from it, there is clear-cut differentiation between the two parts. The one part is showing the inner cell mass, and the different color region is of the trophoblast, which later on will form the placenta proper. This finishes my second lecture on cleavage. Thank you.